Welcome to High Infidelity, the best cheating videos on YouTube. If you enjoy this content, remember to subscribe and turn on notifications. Now let's get into the video.
Caught my wife cheating on me with her boss, who happens to be a celebrity. Just like that, my whole life is gone. Her and I have been married for 6 years, but we've been together for 15. We only have one kid. We are a lesbian relationship, and I had no idea she was interested in guys until this occurred. I'm not sure I even know who she is anymore. She's not aware that I discovered it, and I'm still not emotionally prepared to address her right now. I haven't seen her in about 4 days, and she won't be returning home until Friday due to crucial business concerns. But I now know that it was also a made-up lie. She's presumably with her employer, reveling in her wealth and success. I just discovered out because all of our phone data had been synchronized when I upgraded my phone, and the texts were simply there. I can't seem to get it out of my thoughts. I never saw a reason to be skeptical of her since I trusted her so much. We've been together since we were kids and she'd never let me down. I'm completely taken aback, and I have no one to talk to since, after all, she's still my wife, and I don't want to hear anybody speak negatively about her. I'm quite sure this is no longer going to function. She dumped me for a guy, not another woman. I recognize a good-looking guy when I see one, and he is unquestionably one of them. I can't compete with him since he's wealthier and more successful than I am. I've seen him in movies and TV programs, and I've seen him in person. I used to have a lot of respect for him. I've never felt so belittled in my life. I'm not sure where I went wrong since everything went just as intended. We promised our kid a nice family, and she sabotaged it. Right now, he's the only thing keeping me sane. I would have done something risky if it hadn't been for him. She earns more money than I do, and divorce will be quite expensive. I'm still debating if I want to do it right now. Maybe she wants one as well. I need to speak to her, but doing so makes it real, and I'm not ready to confront that yet. I'm at a loss on what to do. I'm completely lost. I'm too old to start anew. What lady would want me at my age? And even if they do, it won't be the same connection I had with her. I let myself and my kid down. He should not have to bear the repercussions of her acts and my failing. He did not choose to be born into this world. We made a decision and made a pledge, but it didn't get us anywhere. I want to seek treatment and legal counsel, but for the time being, all I actually need is a buddy. Thank you so much to everyone who has contacted me. I like conversing with you all, and I apologize for not being able to respond to all of your messages. There's simply so much to do, but I'll do my best. I never anticipated things to go so wrong, but my wife will return on Friday. On the same day, I'll be meeting with a divorce lawyer. I'm hoping I can put on a brave front and pretend everything is well. I intend to conceal the fact that I am aware of her affair. This will put me one step ahead of the divorce proceedings, which will make me feel a lot better. It also allows me more time to collect proof. Please send me your best wishes. Story 2. My girlfriend wants to take a stressful job, and I foolishly set an ultimatum against it. We've been together for 7 years. She, 28 female, has been considering taking on a hard job that would leave her with little time to do anything. We did it earlier when we were fresh out of college and had no money at all. It was difficult, but I, 27 male, was able to manage the soul-destroying aspect of working 60-plus hours per week a little better than she. She was a wreck, and she relied heavily on me emotionally to get through it. She was on the verge of exhaustion. She was beginning to deteriorate. She was also prone to strike out at me. She was always sorry, but I don't appreciate being shouted at. Being shouted at messes with my head, and those 3 years were the only time we got into shouting bouts. It was without a doubt the most difficult years of my life. We had to relocate for my work, and she was able to find a lot less stressful and higher-paying position. She got a lot happy. We were much less irritated, and we were able to mend our relationship and become closer. That's what I told her if she accepted the job. I'd have to consider where this relationship is heading, and if I'm prepared to deal with the emotional upheaval that comes with it. I knew that was not the correct thing to do, and I am a fool for allowing my anxieties and worry to take over and manipulate her into not taking the job. I intend to apologize for this. I assumed we paid our dues and could now gently work our way up the ladder. We should try to construct our lives gradually, marry and establish a family. We've spoken about it, and she claims she wants the same things I want, but I'm not sure. She wants to choose a career that will pay well and prepare us for big things. We're in a good place right now, and even if she chooses a less demanding work, it won't make much of a difference. She assures me that she will handle it better this time around. My emotional reaction is not to trust her on this. I know that is unfair, but she almost said the exact same words when we were in the bad patch after fights. But the issue is, if she doesn't, I don't believe I'll be able to leave her when she's in trouble. I'm not going to be able to cope with the guilt. I'm not sure why she's doing this. Are we doing well? I know she isn't a materialistic or greedy person. She likes her present job and the atmosphere it fosters. She has the potential for advancement. She is passionate about her profession. It seems strange that she wants to move so abruptly, particularly to something so soul-destroying. When I confronted her about it, she stated it was because of the money. And when I asked whether it was worth the money, she simply shrugged and changed the subject. Someone said that something may have occurred at her present job, and I'm afraid I messed things up by issuing an ultimatum, which hurt her emotions a lot. I'm feeling like a scumbag lover. Even though she was hesitant, she was ready to relocate for me. She has pointed out that I am prioritizing my career above hers, and that I do not have the authority to tell her what she should do with her career. Update. I, 27 male, would like to thank everyone who took the time to offer me great advice. It made me understand I was going about it improperly and might have wrecked a 7-year relationship. We sat down and had a genuine chat yesterday. I apologized to her for issuing an ultimatum, and I emphasized how afraid I was of things reverting. She, 28F, understood, and she also mentioned how terrible it was for me to issue an ultimatum. I mentioned making a strategy to avoid falling back into the mess we'd made. I believe that by being open to the concept of her working, she was able to be vulnerable and express why she wanted to pursue money. She wants to settle in the city and own a home. She grew raised in an unstable environment and moved about a lot. She is determined that we buy a house before getting married/having children, and the housing market in our area is growing. She also believed it was a little shameful to be so obsessed with having a home and wanted to shoulder the whole load alone. This lady has a special place in my heart. I am aware that her acts in the past have not been ideal, but even so I trust her to be nice. I don't believe I could have imagined having this viewpoint. I came from a more fortunate upbringing, and although my parents educated us to be independent, we always understood that if things were bad, we had a safety net. She never had one, and I understand why she felt the need to make one. We stopped sobbing and talking after that. We looked through the budget and discussed where we might save money. She truly doesn't want to change jobs, so we're going to ask for a raise, and I'm going to start searching for a new job. I am dissatisfied with my current job and am willing to jump ship in order to enhance my pay. She is content and would not have preferred to work for another firm. I want to express my gratitude to everyone here for their assistance in resolving this issue. I want to bring up therapy at a later time. We have a persistent communication problem that has to be resolved.